About 25 years ago, I went to the races for the first time. It was a big deal, an event. We all dressed up, we wore hats. We ate, we drank, we laughed, we won, we lost. We shouted, "Come on, Dover, move your blooming ass," because we could. Because we were having fun. Because it was a day we knew we would remember. A day we wanted to remember. Yesterday, I went to the races. In another town, in another time. First, I had to consult on what to wear. A boy's input. Well, I'm wearing chinos and a white shirt. Helpful. A girl's more helpful. Go with something smart, casual, and elegant. Repressing the urge to don a picture hat, I set out, feeling underdressed, at the mercy of a passive-aggressive GPS system that is possibly still searching for a satellite. I hurtled down grey potholed roads in a little car not quite equal to the wind's swipes and stabs. My soundtrack, Chris Ria's "Fool If You Think It's Over." The next challenge? How to enter the building, because directional signage is clearly considered a luxury at the Fairview Racecourse. Add to that a gazillion km/h wind, and you'll begin to understand the extent of the relief I felt at having discarded the idea of a hat. Not that I had time to luxuriate in that smart choice. My elegant dust coat, a sail that would test the command of Blackbeard's crew. My casual hair, OMG, only Cousin 𝐂𝐚𝐬𝐿 would understand the painful whipping and the disorientating blindness. But oh yes, my gracious host came to the rescue, and I blew into the most understated event of all time. There was no beginning, middle, or end, and therefore no chance for one of my famous protracted epilogues. Not that the day was without drama, it was just not written into the script. Without guidance, underdressed guests milled around, socializing, drinking, eating, betting, trying to figure out why they were there while eating 3 courses in one, because the buffet was served that way. Chicken liver pate and artisan breads and roast beef and vegetables all on one plate, with butternut soup on the side. Perhaps this didn't bother anyone but me. I'm particularly sensitive to special occasions being made every day, and I've been known to cry when enough ceremony is not applied to the opening of Christmas gifts. If I had bought a table, I would have been very bothered. As a guest, I found solace in the smoking area, a tiny, out-of-the-way room with the best view of the Lady Slipper Mountain and the most interesting conversation. A group of 20-something women had settled in there for the afternoon. When I arrived, they were talking about him in that deliciously whispery way girls talk about boys. So cute, I thought, until one said, "And he has that huge ass," illustrating her words very graphically with enormous hand-drawn circles in the air in front of her. Everyone's eyes followed her hands. They were mesmerized. I had to clarify. You're not talking about a boy, are you?" No, it was a horse. I learned that huge asses are very attractive on horses. The race schedule provided some structure to the day. 1. Study the race booklet. 2. Place your bets. 3. Watch the race. 4. Celebrate or commiserate, and repeat. Because I'm absolutely ignorant about horse racing and don't have money to burn, I opted for 3, 4, repeat, and like a wide-eyed Eliza, stepped up to the window to watch race 2. Not even Henry Higgins would have had a proper response for what happened next. The horse tripped. The jockey fell. The horse was euthanized in the time it took to stabilize the jockey on a stretcher while the ground staff stamped out the divots around them. Seems the races must go on, and so must the punters. Everyone became veterinary experts, dismissing the spectacular horror of a petrified broken horse still trying to run with their ration. Some explained it all away in monetary terms: the cost of the horse and the cost of the upkeep versus how much he'd won. Even my smoking room friend seemed unmoved, and no one said a word about the jockey. This was occasion to cry, to be shocked, even horrified. But the crowd, who could not work up enough enthusiasm to turn the event into an occasion to be remembered, couldn't find concern for the jockey and the horse, who made it one I will never forget. I will continue to worry about whether or not to wear a hat. I will dress up. I will celebrate. I will rant. I will rave. I will cry. I might even use my shouty voice now and again. I just will not be blasé.